In case the 30-minute video about him didn't clue my viewers in, I adore Rayman. Few video game franchises bring me as much happiness as this one. Well, most of this one. Because with this love comes an equally bitter hatred, and as much as I enjoy this icon from my childhood, I also despise the ones that killed him. These stupid bunnies latched onto Rayman's series like a mosquito, gorging themselves on the wacky antics, shifting gameplay, and absurd concepts until there was nothing but a shriveled husk remaining, which was then cast aside as the Rabbids surged forward, presenting these stolen attributes as if they were their own. It didn't have to be this way. The original version of Raving Rabbids seemed like it would have been a fantastic sequel, or at the very least something unique. But thanks to some harsh deadlines and potential strong-arming by Nintendo, who really wanted this game as a launch title for the Wii, a terrible, unfinished mess was made instead, and Rayman's fate was sealed. A history that, in hindsight, makes this game feel like a real slap in the face to Rayman's legacy. But, despite all this, I do have to admit, as much as it hurts to see what the Rabbids did to Rayman, they are also one of my guiltiest pleasures. Cause growing up I didn't understand what was happening to Rayman. I just saw him on the box with some goofy rabbits and laughed. I was the perfect age to see a rabbit screaming in a stupid situation and think it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. I loved playing Raving Rabbids 2 with my friends growing up, shaking up a can to burp and destroy a city. I was 12 when this game came out. That was peak comedy. Hell, even today they amuse me. Look at this advertisement. That is hilarious. And as much as it flattens Rayman's legacy, I can't deny that Mario+Rabbids is a great game. Not only is it based off of XCOM, one of my favorite games, period, though for the record it's not as good, it's ironically some of the best characterization the Mario series has ever gotten. The various Rabbids are perfect reflections of the characters they are parodying. Peach gets a chance to be genuinely cool for once. Donkey Kong is an actual character again, and this Phantom is one of the best bosses Mario has ever fought. They took their sweet time to get there, but the Rabbids finally represent a decent level of quality in the gaming industry. I used to want them to disappear forever, but now I just want to heal the damage they've caused to my favorite gaming mascot. And I think the best way to start doing this is to simply bring him back into their fold, to include Rayman in the Mario+Rabbids series. And there's a perfect way to do it. Looking back to XCOM for a moment, in the expansion to the second game, there are these aliens known as the Chosen, powerful, unkillable mini-bosses that will occasionally invade missions to wreak havoc, forcing players to find a way to drive them off on top of the other alien baddies that were already trying to kill them. It's a great mechanic that adds a cool new layer of strategy and stress to these games, and it's the exact role that I would want Rayman to fill. I want Rayman to be a mini-boss that will randomly attack Mario and his friends, have his identity hidden at first, some cloaked bounty hunter kind of character that will invade a mission and proclaim that he's here to destroy the Rabbids, both Mario's enemies and the ones in his party, for the exact reasons I just explained. Full-on fourth-wall breaking humor, which both series have always been great with. Rayman is pissed about what the Rabbids did to his franchise, and he's here to have his vengeance. It'd be a great way to bring things full circle with Rayman now invading a Rabbids game, while simultaneously building Rayman back up. Because he'd be a mini-boss, powerful, a real threat, a third faction in these battles that's taking on both the player's units and the enemy units and being just as much of a threat on his own. It could lead to a wonderful heartfelt moment near the end of the game where Rayman's identity is revealed, and the Rabbids are actually delighted to see him. Because, after all, they wouldn't be where they are without him. In Rayman's day, they were mindless agents of chaos and destruction, but they've evolved since then, grown into something more. And I'd love for these new Rabbids to look back on their days with Rayman fondly. I'm picturing Rayman getting unmasked, the Rabbids recognizing him, he gets ready to fight only for them to dogpile into a giant group hug or something. It'd be adorable. After which Rayman realizes he's been holding onto this grudge for far too long. He joins the party, allowing players to control the mini-boss that's been hounding them all game, which is always a cool game mechanic, and ending the game with the divide between Rayman and the Rabbids fully repaired. I know it's silly, but this would make me so happy. The Rabbids are bigger than Rayman at this point, I'll happily admit that. He got persona'd hard and they've left his Shin Megami Tensei in the dust. So, why not see if the reverse can work too? What's there to lose? If Rayman helped boost the Rabbids into their fame and fortune, perhaps now the Rabbids can return the favor.